Pretty dope title theme, don't you think? Hey folks, welcome back to Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. I just noticed in that intro that Simogo is the developer. So it's not just the in-game developer, it's the real-world developer. Interesting. Hey Pila, welcome back to the channel. Let's dive in. Alright, so when we left off, I mean, there was a lot going on. I was trying to revisit every area in the game from the start to make sure I haven't missed things. So we did the outside. Right? Yeah, we did the outside. We have a puzzle there that combines two halves of something, but we don't know where the input goes. What else happened last time? We met the fortune teller, the magician. We're trying to get access to his show, but he wants a red rose, which we don't have. We saw like a woman painting in the backyard, but then she sort of disappeared, or painting in the garden. Yeah, there's a lot going on. We found a couple of computer disks, and some other stuff happened. So I can't remember. I think we did the basement. Right, we unlocked the elevator too, which we haven't been into yet. We unlocked this room, and Gorilla Wolf, who was here, helped me crack open this safe as well. You got another person to play Xenoblade, but the first thing I do before I get someone to play it is warn them about the game mechanics taking time to get used to. I'm not worried about the mechanics. I think I've told you, I'm planning to play the first game in the series over my vacation at the end of the month. So that should be interesting. I'm getting a new Switch OLED so that I have the slightly larger screen and the better colors to play it on. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot, and I'll let you know how it goes. Anyway, we do have access to the elevator now, but I'm not sure I want to take that yet. Also not sure when the espresso machines come into play here. All right, we've been down there. We've been, I think, back and around here. Right? Yeah. What was this? A letter. Right, I think we've already used that letter to open the cabinet that contained our room key. So now we're into this part of the hotel yard. What is it? Setses Yar or something? Let's start by heading left here. All right. So we've got a water closet, and we've got this astrology clock with some Roman numerals on it. MCCC. I don't know what we're doing here. I don't have the context of where we're supposed to get the clues for this puzzle, unfortunately. So we'll leave this for now. Head back to this room. Okay, this one I don't think we've solved, right? So we have two film posters here. Tbilisi. So the right is on the left and the left is on the right. No. It's parts of two different film posters. So like, if this is something other dogs, this is, I think, the right half of a poster. I think this is the right half of a poster as well. Something Tbilisi. Then perhaps the two numbers that are the right halves of the years when they were published would give us access to this door here. So let's see if we can figure out, if we look at the film, game, and scripts. A Dog Like All Other Dogs was published in 1957. So the right half of that is the left half of the two posters. So 57 perhaps would be the first two numbers. And then Adieu Tbilisi, 50. So 5750 perhaps. Hey, we found it. Nice. All right, so this is a new room. We have another safe here. So another puzzle to solve. Let's read the letter. Another letter from perhaps perhaps from Longinus or whatever his name is, magician. Location redacted, written December 13th, 1846. Now, I believe it's 1963. So this is kind of crazy. This is another suggestion that there's some time travel involved in the game, because if the magician wrote this in 1846, let's say minimum age 20 years old, right? So he's born at least by 1826. And it's currently 1963, which is like 137 years later. So either that guy is immortal or he's traveling through time somehow. Anyway, let's read the actual letter here. Dear brother, forgive my dark words, but today my heart aches from the pain of living. I wish I was as easily pleased as the cretins taking pleasure in the grotesque pictures from my erythrotrope. I don't know what the hell an erythrotrope is. I've never heard of that. Every crowd is the same. I fear that we are not the knights of the round table, but rather a gathering of ugly children, a never-ending Easter egg hunt. I believe that what we seek is gone from the world, if it ever was here. Still, I will continue my journey to somewhere, as Brother Septimus commanded. Ab imo pectore, your brother. Okay, I don't know what an erythrotrope is. Perhaps you can do a quick Google on that for me. Some sort of early picture viewing device? Maybe one of those machines where you turn the crank in an early movie shows? They're looking for something. Brother Septimus. I mean, septem is 7 in Latin. So, but that's also somebody's name. Even Google can't explain it? All right. Some sort of religious commandment? Some sort of, like, holy quest that they're on, or crusade or something? All right. Well, what numbers do we have to work with? 1846. Brother Septimus. Again, that's 7. So 1846 plus or minus 7? I don't see much else in by way of how to solve this. December 13th, 1846, Brother Septimus. I think we have something about Latin numbers. Well, there's useful Latin phrases. Abimo pectore. What was Strobo grammatics? Yeah. Number puzzles, Greek alphabet. So this is not astrology. Cartography. Here's astrology. But, oh, this might be a clue. This might be a clue for that clock. Something about astrology? Cartomancy for beginnings. Or for beginners. Crystal gazing. Numerology. Oculomancy. Lunar phases of 1847. There's a lot of lunar phases here. Astronomical objects. Moon, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, Saturn, and the Sun. The zodiacs. That might be related. In the future, I'm made of paper. Yeah, boy, I'm not quite sure here. So, again, 1846. I guess we can just put that in and see if it works. Oh, What do we have here? Some sort of... There's only 4 buttons here. Huh. Open the safe with the 4 buttons. There is a pattern on the wall here. There's a pattern on the wall right here. But I'm not sure how to interpret it or if it's just decoration. The thing that attracted my attention was this symbol is part of the calling card and the easel sketch that we saw. But this shape on the wall here around it, I don't think we've seen that before. Let me take another look at the letter. 1846 is underlined here. 1846. Yeah, this pattern on the wall, this shape on the wall is weird. It's like... four, 3, 1, 2, maybe? Or is this some kind of hint about how to press the buttons? So if the left column is made of 4 blocks, the second column is made of 3, then the third column is made of 3, but it has that raised block that's separated, and then the last column has 2. Huh. Could be 2, 1, 3, 0 if you take the like rectangle at the base as kind of a something. Not sure what to make of that. How would you put 1846 in though? Because that's the part that's underlined here. 1846. I mean, I suppose if you do them in order of like smallest number to biggest, this would be 1, 8, 4, 6. No, that wasn't it. I do feel like that pattern on the wall there is something. I'm just not sure. I might be, maybe we've seen it before and it's just decoration, but feels like it's related somehow, especially after what happened last stream with the weird shaped buttons that Gorilla Wolf helped me open. I'm not sure about this one. Could be 2130, I guess. So if we count from 0, it's 2, 1, 3, 0. No, that's not it. What could give us an indication of the order in which to press those 4 buttons? I mean, we could brute force it, but it would take a while, and it would sort of feel like cheating. All right, we might leave this one for now and come back to it. Yeah, then there's this. I don't really know what to do with that yet. What do we got going on over here? I can't remember. Okay, we haven't been in here. So let's take a look at this. Automobile, but it's upside down. All right, this one we can probably solve. If we look at the film for automobile, it's 1959. So if we turn that upside down, it's sort of like 6261. The 5 doesn't super work. Because it's... Actually, I guess it would be 5, right? Not 2. If you draw it If you draw it like a digital clock, 5, then it becomes, then it functions if you turn it upside down. So then it becomes 6561. I suspect that's the solution we're looking for here. Yeah, okay, we found it. Okay, another safe room, sadly. Let's check out this letter. Another letter from the magician. This one's dated January 8th, 1847. Dear brother, what was lost has been found. Even if I had 500 years to write, my humble words could not possibly tell you what it is like. As much as I would welcome all my brothers and sisters to pilgrim here, I implore you to wait. The treasure is magnificent. I will write more thoroughly when I have calmed down. Our quest has ended, but I sense danger. From the bottom of my heart, your brother. Okay, well this one seems more straightforward. 1847 plus 500 years gets you to 2347. Is that a number we can enter here? I mean, theoretically, yes, but don't know what these buttons are for. This is not a case where I can't see because my screen is too small. I think there's no actual markings there. How would you lay out numbers and what would the other buttons be for? 2347. So if we had the 9 keys of a standard keypad, they'd be somewhere like this, like these 9, but then what are these other buttons? How many buttons do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 15 buttons. Could this be a base 15 puzzle? Or no, you couldn't get, well... So we sort of know the number we want. Should be 2347. So let's guess that this is 1 and start like that. So 23, 47. Oh, that's just the first digit. Huh. Open the safe with LED buttons. Ah, okay. So that's 2. $23. $47. Hey, we got it. Nice. Very cool. Interesting. Okay. Picked up another computer disk. Where does that put us? A shortcut door bolted from the other side. We'll look at the computer disk later. Hey, look at that. Hold on. There is, I just noticed this. Look at the chandelier directly above her. There's a key hanging from it. Do you see that? I can't point it out with a mouse cursor, but like directly, vertically above where she's standing, there's a chandelier. There are 2 chandeliers, but the one directly above her, there's a little key hanging from the bottom of it. Huh. So I probably want to drop that chandelier somehow to get access to the key. All right, we'll come back to the library in a second. I want to chase down this key idea before I forget about it. We definitely need to go upstairs and look for that. Look for how to drop that. Yeah, there's like... Huh. I can see the key from here, too, barely. How would I can't interact with the chandelier at all. I can't, like, I don't have... Current possessions. I don't have like a knife or anything. I might need to get higher up, perhaps? Or to the other side of this, to like the other side there. Do I have a map of this floor? I do. Okay. So yeah. Okay, so probably if I can get over to the other side, so you can see there's like there's some sort of hallway with the spades marker on it. Foyer, second floor. If I can get to this area somehow, I might be able to knock down that key. But right now I don't have access to it. There's a shortcut door here and a shortcut door here, which both open from the other side. This is a shortcut door. How would we get... Okay, there's... Perhaps we can get here from the elevator? Yeah, we can get here from the elevator. Okay, that's interesting. Your niece has been sick? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I hope she gets better. All right, so we do have access to this area via the elevator at some point. I'm going to try and remember about that key. I'd like to knock that key down and get it, but we have other keys that we don't even know what they do yet, so let's keep exploring. Before we go upstairs, we want to take one more look at this area. I think we'll stop the music here. We've read the books. They're in our photographic memory. So there's two paths here. One takes us down to the basement, which we've already re-explored. One goes up here to some part of the second floor. We have the numbered books here. So I remember I wanted to look at book 1847 because that's like an important year, or 1963 or 2014. But at the moment, these books, like the ones we have access to, don't seem to be all that. They don't seem to have anything interesting in them, or we don't have a particular reason to open them or read them. Now, this is the Phases of the Moon book puzzle thing, but we don't know which phases to put in. We don't have a... I do have a book about lunar phases of 1847. Is there one with 5 entries? No. They all have a lot of entries. Like, I don't know what dates I would want to use to determine... Now, wait a minute. Hold on. We do have letters. So I have 2 letters from Nero. Those have dates. Robert Sidney. We have 5 letters from our brother. So those 5 letters might give us... Those 5 dates might give us lunar phases that could open this. We're looking for something like 5 dates. Something that we have 5 of that have dates we can translate into moon phases. So, like, we can't use the dates. Well, we don't have dates anyway for the films, but there's too many of them. But if we find this last letter from your brother, perhaps we could use that to open this book. It's something to try to remember, perhaps. But wait, now they're all from 1947. So this one wouldn't work. We need 5 dates in 1947, though. And look, these are all pretty close together. 8th, 9th, and 10th. So maybe that's not... Maybe I need to, like, find anything that has a date in 1947. Or maybe... Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little bit stuck. Choto pinchi desu ne. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do with these numbered books. Like, I can take them out, but they're all stuck in the shelf. And I don't think we actually want any of these. Like, even if I sat here and brute force this, I don't think any of them would come out, because I think we want one for 1947. Or, excuse me, 1847. So that pathway is sort of useless. All right, let's check out the second floor again, and then we can always go to the elevator to open up new content. You know, it's really interesting. I never noticed this before, but when you arrive here, you hear the chandelier making noise, which it doesn't do elsewhere. It's supposed to draw your attention to it, I think, so you see the key. Okay. So we start in the gallery. Over here, we have the boxes. And they have their patterns. But we don't have ideas about how to open these. We don't have clues, really, as far as I can tell. There's nothing else to do here. I mean, the music is fine, but it's distracting. All right, so we can't do anything with these as far as I can tell. Is there an environmental clue here? I don't see anything. We used his name to spell Renzo. And then this goes out to the back courtyard, right? Yeah. There's more here, though. What was this? That's a shortcut door. That's another shortcut door. Okay, so this doesn't do much for us, this corridor or hallway right now. This leads out to the back courtyard, right? Yeah, I've been back here. I don't need to revisit this right now. I could jump down the hole in the floor. I don't think I've done that. Let's do that. Let's jump down. Okay, this is a new area, a church. We have not been here. All right, so we probably need to figure our way out. But hey, we found some new content. Let's take a look around. We have a horseman painting. There's a cube-shaped hole in the frame. Okay. I don't know that we have anything that really fits here. Maybe the E-shaped key. I don't think so. Cube-shaped hole in the scythe painting. There is a confessional. Okay. F-A-M-E-S? Fames? Famine? Perhaps? If these are the four horsemen of the apocalypse, that could maybe be. And we did see the symbols of horsemen with four things. I think scythe and frame and balance was out there in the back courtyard too. I don't think I have what I need here. Scales, fames. Was there a word here as well? Mors, death. Yeah, M. So we're looking for Mors. Or is that Mors or Mars? I think that's Mors for death. Because it's death, famine, sickness, and war are the four horsemen. What do we have over here? He's got the sword. It seems to say moles. Moles? Or is that a G? It's like lowercase for some reason. It looks like M-U-L-L and then either G or S. That one I'm not sure about. There's a Bible here. And then we have Pestilencia. Now this would be the E key, maybe. If it's meant to be one of these keys and not something cube-shaped. No, that doesn't work. Okay. Let's check the Bible. I saw a horse as white as the moonlight, and the rider presented herself as Pestilentia. In her hands was a bow, and its arrows were filled with dirt and blood from the sick. The second rider was named Bellum. She rode a horse red as blood. A great sword was given to her, and she set out to destroy peace among men. Then I saw the third horse. It was black as the night, and the rider was known as Fames. She carried a pair of scales, and with her misery and starvation followed. The fourth rider came from the land of the dead, and presented herself as Moors. Her horse was pale, and she carried a scythe. Yeah, okay, so Pestilentia, Bellum, Fames, and Moors. We picked up an American dollar. I sort of knew the names. Oh, this is Bellum backwards. Okay, all right. So for some reason, Bellum is backwards here, so this might not look like a B when we find it, assuming we do. I am going to take some screenshots here. It's a very I really like the art style in the game. It's sufficiently detailed resolution-wise, but it does have like a very sharp monochromatic style that I like. I appreciate it. Okay, what all else is in here? We don't have these blocks we're looking for. Here's the shortcut to get out. We're kind of trapped until we solve that puzzle, which is an interesting choice on the developer's part, but I guess likely that puzzle is not that hard. So we've got the confessional. What about the altar up here? Is there anything we can interact with here? Oh, okay, maybe. There is a crucifix, and it looks like that's about it. There's a cube-shaped hole in the crucifix. Okay. Well, we're looking for a lot of cubes somewhere. I probably need to go into the confessional here. I'm just nervous about it. Let me open the shortcut door first. So this is bolted shortcut 3. Let's go to our books. Puzzle number 3. Okay, so what is square square diamond minus square diamond square plus diamond square? Is this like a Sudoku-like? Like every row has to have, every row and column has to have one of the numbers? Well, no, because you can see the columns don't. And then there's a 6. Hold on. So the only column we have all the numbers for is the second column, and that has 0, 0, 0, 1. Hey, Gorilla Wolf, welcome back to the channel. So right off the bat, this one I'm not quite sure about. I'm not going to look over at the chat for a minute because I want to try and figure it out by myself. And, you know, one of you guys might have the answer right away. So for the things we can see, like, it doesn't seem like the columns can add up to the all the same number like a Sudoku, because you've got 0, 0, 0, 1 in the second column, and then, like, there's no negative numbers. So the column's going to be worth more than 1. In terms of rows, we can see 1 plus something, 1 plus 0 plus something, something. That would get us to 1, more than 1, and then we have 8, and then we have 15, and then 18, if you add the numbers. 9, 1, 18, 14. What is the... Now, hold on. 9, 6. Is there a pattern we can see? 8, 1, 9. So if 9, well, 9 can't come after 0 if it comes after 1 down at the bottom row. If I look at it diagonally, we don't see much. So there's only two symbols, the diamond and the square. So 1 0 diamond square. Diamond 0 square 8. Square 0 9 6. 8 1 9 diamond. The rows, from what we can see, do not have repeating numbers. The columns can. We can see that from the second column. There's a total of 5 digits available so far as we know. 0, 1, 6, 8, and 9. Maybe columns can only have up to 2 numbers, because the second column has 0, 0, 0, and 1. But that would mean diamond and square have to be 1 or 8, and that doesn't work. Do we have a sum or any context? Just tuned in. This is just straight up puzzle number 3. So, welcome to SE Bolt's Number Puzzles Volume 1, your shortcut to a quicker brain. Each puzzle can always be answered with a number between 0 and 99, and are sure to challenge your gray cells. SE Bolt, born in 1949, has written over 200 puzzles and constructed over 50,000 brain teasers and riddles. Yeah. So this is all we have to go on, is the puzzle itself. I'm looking for a pattern or I'm looking for a pattern, basically. So I think neither symbol can be 0 because of the question, right? So you wouldn't ask, what is 0, 0, 1 minus 0, 1, 0? You know what I mean? It has to be a positive number to be a solution, and it has to be a 2-digit number. So I don't think the symbols can be 0. I think that's something we can take. We can make that assumption. I think they have to be in the range of, or they have to be one of the digits 0, 1, 9, 6, or 8. I don't see how they would introduce other numbers here. So let's say square is 9 and diamond is 8, just as a straight up guess, right? If square is 9 and diamond is 8, then this question is asking us, what is 998 minus 989 plus 89, right? So if you guess that those are what the two symbols mean, then the answer you get is 998. Let me make sure I've done this right. Minus 989 plus 89. So no matter what, really, you're just subtracting the number that the square represents, the digit that the square represents, times 100, right? Or in the 100th place. Because you're subtracting square, diamond, square, and then you're adding diamond, square. So really, you're just subtracting square, 0, 0. So the answer is always going to be square, diamond. Right? Yeah, the answer should always be square, diamond. Because you're subtracting square, 0, 0 from square, square, diamond, ultimately. So you end up with square, diamond. So it's always going to be a 2-digit code. The question is, how are you meant to, because now we could brute force it, right? We could say, well, it's got to be 98, 96, 91, 90, or, you know what I mean? I'm trying to figure out how you're supposed to determine what the 2 digits are. I mean, it's always going to be square, diamond. Square diamond confirmed, checks out. Thanks, Gorilla Wolf. I don't know how you're supposed to determine what the symbols represent, though. I don't see the pattern in the grid. There's four by four numbers. The third and fourth are missing, then the first and third, then the first and then the fourth, if you look at it from a row perspective. What is it about the second column that we're meant to learn? Because the second column has nothing missing. I mean, it's definitely a two-digit number. We already knew that. And it's going to be equal to square diamond. So how do we determine what the square and the diamond represent? I don't see... Is it a Sudoku-like? I don't see how it can be. With that value of the second column being 1 if you add all the numbers together. $18, 1... 1 plus 8 is 9. Then you have the 1. Then you have 18. Then you have 14. Plus some values. I mean, if we plug 9 and 8 in, if we say 9 is square, does that do anything for us? 90, 96, 80, 98. Well, actually, hold on. Oh, it's an exclusion puzzle. Okay, all right, look at the second row. Look at the second row. The diamond cannot be 8 because there's already an 8 in that row and in its column. So hold on, the diamond is in rows with 1 and 0. It's in rows with 0 and 8. It's in a row with 8, 1, and 9. So 1, 0, 8, and 9 are all in rows with diamonds. We look at the columns, we have 1 and 8. We also have 9. And then we have 8 and 6. So wait a minute. Then it can't be any of those numbers? That doesn't make sense. So it can't be 1, 0, 8, 9, or 6. Unless it's rows or columns. It might be rows or columns. I'm not sure. It might be rows only. Because we have the column thing. So what about the square? Does anything jump out about the square? So the square's rows, it has 1 and 0, and 8, and 9 and 6. It's got all the numbers again. Maybe it's meant to be columns? What if we just do columns? But it seems weird that you would have... Maybe it is columns. Maybe it's like rows of numbers. 16 places, 5 values, can't have even amounts, not Sudoku. Yeah, okay. What if this is a list of numbers? And so left to right matters, but up and down sort of doesn't? If we just do left and right, then if we look at the diamond first, it can't be 1 or 0 because that number already has those symbols available. So you wouldn't do that. Diamond can't be 0 or 8. And diamond can't be 8, 1, or 9. So that would leave it available to be 6. If the diamond is 6, then what about the square? Square can't be 1 or 0. Square can't be 0 or 8. Square can't be 9 or 6. It can't be anything. Damn. Well, right now, like if we did it that way, then the diamond would have to be 6, but then then the square doesn't mean anything. You're baffled by this? Me too. I'm struggling with it. I'm struggling with it. I guess we could try columns. Since rows didn't work, we could try columns. If we do columns, and we assume that, like, the first column is 1 diamond square 8, right? We assume that the diamond and the square do not represent the numbers 1 and 8 because those numbers are legible. And you wouldn't obscure one of the symbols with a, you know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't replace 1 8 with a square and not the other one. So if we go vertically, then diamond can't be 1 or 8. Diamond can't be 9. And diamond can't be 8 or 6. So diamond could be 0. What about square if we do it that way? So square can't be, it's the same set. They're in the same place. So that doesn't work either. F me. Sometimes these things stack on each other. I don't get it, man. Plus, this is super hard given the fact that we're trapped in this room until we solve this. So the first row has both, the second row has both, then the third row has the third and fourth row have different symbols. So it feels like it should be rows, but then there's no... Like if you look at the third row, square should be either. What did I say before? We said diamond could be 6. Because it never appears in a row with a 6 in it. But square appears with 1 and 0 and 8 and 9 and 6. It appears with everything. So it would have to be some number that doesn't appear at all, I guess. If diamond is 6 and square is some number that's either 2, 3, 4, 5, or 7, I guess that gives us a limited number of possibilities to try. If we think diamond is 6, but diamond could also be one of those other numbers too. So I'm having trouble here. It feels like it feels like it has to be something to do with the rows because that's the only situation where we have one row without a symbol that exists in another row. So the third and fourth rows would be relevant. By the way, if I go to puzzle 4 and puzzle 2, there's nothing, right? Yeah, okay. So diamond could be 6, but then square doesn't make any sense at all. Because it can't be 1, 0. It can't be 0, 1, 6, and 8, or 9. So then what the hell is it? How does it make sense? Do they all have to be even numbers? Like they could all be 2s and 3s. Like there's no good indication of, like, there's no way to solve for anything, really. There's no equations. There's no, if I could see a pattern in the numbers, perhaps, but there's like nothing here that gives me a good hint on how to look at these numbers. All right, I'm feeling a little stumped. Do you guys have any ideas? Anything I've said spark anything, or you have your own ideas? Like, type into chat anything you can think of. Sometimes these things stack on each other. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Girl Oath. Maybe elaborate on that a little bit. Like, 8192 is, I think, a power of 2. Do the previous puzzles relate at all? Yeah, I don't think so. Is there some other way of looking at this? Like, could these represent letters and words somehow? I don't know. I guess I guess there is one thing, which is that if you, like, all these numbers can be turned upside down and still be a number. Like, aside from the font on the number 1. Like, if you turn the 9 upside down, it's a 6. If you turn a 0 upside down, it's still a 0. 8's still an 8. 1's still a 1. So, like, 2, 3, 4 don't work. 5 kind of does. 7 doesn't. So you could maybe stick a 5 in here. Eight, 1, 9, 2 would be a power of 2. Yeah, right? But then the other numbers don't work that way. I guess 2048. Oh, wait a minute. That's it. They're powers of 2. 1024, 2048, 4096, 8192. Fuck, that's it. Oh, okay. That's it. That's it. So then it's 1024. So diamond is 2, 4. 1024. But then square changes. 4098. Or no, 2048, 1024, 2048, 4096, 1894. Is it 1894? 1892. Yeah. Yeah. It was a power of 2 shit. Nice. Yeah, it's 1024, 2048, 4096, 8192. It is powers of 2. Ooh, we got there. Nice. Good job, guys. Thanks for helping me out. Man, that one took, what did that take? About 20 minutes to talk my way through it and solve it? Going down like wild rabbit holes and stuff? Okay, so then it ends up being square diamond, which is 42. Okay, wow. Let's make sure we got that right. Should be 42. Yeah! That was what I couldn't see. That pattern, man. Wow, that is a tough one, yo. For real. Okay. So back to the game, now that we've burned 20 minutes talking through that puzzle. That still, don't you guys get that sense of like satisfaction and like pride and accomplishment when we finally solve it? You're gonna need a smoke after that. Like, I know that that's a tough puzzle to solve. You have to see the thing, and it's hard to see. But that moment, that aha moment, it's like that eureka moment is so addictive to me. I don't know about you guys, but that's the reason I play puzzle games. That moment when I get it, especially after thinking about it for so long, it is such a good feeling. It's such a reward. I really love that. That's why I play these games. All right, let's hop in the confessional here. There's a voice from inside the confessional. May the Lord be in your heart and help you to confess your sins. Yikes. Adultery? No. As far as we know, Lorelei or our protagonist hasn't done any adultery. I don't think gossiping. I don't think she's told any lies so far. It's almost certainly done a blasphemy. I think I've said Jesus Christ at least once. I took the Lord's name in vain, technically. I don't think I've done a murder. And I don't think I've done a theft. I mean, does taking game objects count as theft? I don't know. I don't know what the consequences would be for doing some of these things, so I'm going to start with the light one. I'm going to confess a blasphemy. This is barely a sin. Yeah, I know. This is not what you meant to confess, is it? All right, I'll confess to taking items that may or may not belong to me. This is such a small sin. This is not your real sin, is it? These are the commandments? Oh, so the order might matter. Like the 10 commandments, right? There might be a number code we put in by confessing you know, to sin number 1, then sin number 7, then sin number 9, then sin number 8 to get 1798. That's a good insight, Pila. I'm concerned about confessing to a murder. I did not commit a murder. I don't think our protagonist committed one. And I'm not sure what will happen if we do confess to one. So I'm very leery of actually doing this. Like, in a normal game, I might do this just to see the dialogue, but in a game like this, there could be consequences for giving a false confession. I think we got to leave here. I don't know. Maybe we'll save the game and then come back and confess to murder and see what happens. Okay, so we got out the shortcut door. Now where are we? We're on the first floor, so I don't know. Have I been in this room before? No, because I would have picked up that dollar. We can get more of the memory. We can get more of the gacha toys. The ball toy dispenser thing if we want. We've got over $20 now, so we can afford all of it. I don't know what else we might need the dollars for, though. So, all right. It's bolted from the other side. Wait, what? I can't get out. I can't leave. There's no exit other than that, and that is blocked by the other side. That's bolted from the other side. So we have no choice here. Regardless of the consequence, we have to confess to murder. All right, we'll do the other ones first, but let's confess to gossiping and lies, then adultery, then murder. Such small sins happen. Is this really what you meant to confess? You told some lies. Such a small sin. It's not your real sin. All right. I cheated on my husband, I guess, or I cheated with somebody's husband or wife. Such small sins happen. Yeah, okay. I guess, I mean, Catholicism's the confession one, right? I guess they know about small sins. Let's confess a murder since we don't have a choice and can't, literally cannot do anything else. Yes. Yes. God, the Father of mercies, through the death and the resurrection of his Son, has reconciled the world to himself and sent the Holy Spirit among us for the forgiveness of sins. Through the ministry of the Church, may God give you pardon and peace, and I absolve you from your sins. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. The path to the truth shall open. No? Forgive me, Signorina. They hide the secret buttons very well. Let's see. Must be this one? Okay. No one's in the confessional now. Ah! Alright, we're back here. We've made it. The priest cannot tell anyone, by the way. It must remain a secret. I mean, theoretically, right? But still, I don't know that I would tell anybody if I committed a murder. Even a priest. I'd be like, yeah, you know what? It's better if I just don't tell him. Because first of all, I don't really believe in absolution or sins, or heaven or hell for that matter. So personally, I would be unlikely to confess to anything anywhere for any reason. Just because, like, if you've done that, like, if you want to confess because you wish to, because you want to atone, because you think because you have a, like, principled belief in admitting to your guilt and, like, paying the price, accepting the penalty, the jail time or whatever, that's one thing. But, like, if you're trying to hide it, you don't tell anyone ever for any reason. Like, you just never, ever talk about it ever. That's the only way to truly keep a secret, is if the only place it exists is in your mind. Okay, so we made it out. I need to head back up here. So we did pick up... Okay, so Man, solving that felt good. We have more of this to see. We need to knock down the chandelier to get the key, but I don't know how to do that yet. We have the elevator that opens up a whole new area. And then we did the jump down from here, right? Wait, where did I do the jump down? Wait, I'm lost. I'm trying to revisit stuff that I've been past and couldn't solve before, like probably that, because did I go this way? And then I jumped down here. No. This is something else that I don't know what it is. Wait a minute, where the hell did I jump down from? Here? Yeah, here's where I jumped down. Great, okay. So if I double back here, then the next area that we need to check out is this. But I did pick up a new computer disk, and we're getting kind of near the end of the stream, and I need to save the game anyway. So let's save. And then let's load up this new computer disk we found. What are we at? 29? Okay. You can just turn yourself in. Priests come to prison to talk to prisoners. Yeah. I know that. Some people are religious. I'm just not one of them. All right, computer disk 2, let's check it out. City. This is dated 2024/11/24. A few minutes before midnight. I need to get to my car. I parked it at Augenplatz. I have a long ride ahead of me. No one home. Nothing special about the door. Just a door like any other. Too far to see inside. It's a window too far away to look at what's going on inside. Empty inside. No one is home. So not a lot going on right off the bat. You can read the map. Oh boy, look at this. Oh no. Wait, is this related to the other maze that we saw? Holy shit, I don't even know where I want to go here. Read the tourist info. Okay. Some details on what you can do at Augenplatz. Looks outdated. Read more tourist info. That place closed years ago. Hotel info, some pictures and notes about Hotel Letztes Jahr. Advertisement. A taxi company. I have my own car, which I parked near Augenplatz. All right. So each of these boxes has a destination, has a name. Kirschplatz, Touristenplatz, Nummernplatz, Sauber, Geister, Bier, Wurst, Schlüssel, Augen, that's where we're going. Mond, Karten, Bank, Finance, Film. Well, I must admit to being somewhat interested about the idea of film plots. So maybe we go there first. Let's read some more on the map here. Now we're suffering again. Just a small disclaimer that the quality of the restaurants mentioned on the map is not guaranteed. The printing's really small and printed upside down. Advertisements for restaurants that obviously pay to be on the map. Prefer the smaller hidden ones. That might be a clue. All right, nothing else here. I think I want to go check out film plots first. If I turn right... Okay. And then right again, I can see behind me. So I guess for the most part, this is all going to be empty nonsense. Door made of wood, no one home. Yeah, so there's a part of me that worries if I just glide past certain... If I don't, like, click on every single possible thing, I'll miss something. But for now, we're too... There's too little information available. So let's go to film plots here and see if there's anything more interesting to look at. All right, here we go. All the things you can buy are displayed in the window, but they won't make you any happier. That's an interesting thing to say. Things made of plastic. Inspect city square. Looks like there are parking spaces and shops. So this is Filmplatz. We're not actually there yet. Let's keep going forward. Okay. So now that we're at Filmplatz, I don't need to eat. Restaurant menu. Got some windows up top. There's a sign here. A convenience store sign. It's part of a countrywide chain. It's closed. So dirty that I can't see inside. There's still some time left on the meter. A tourist shop. I don't need tourist trinkets. So I sort of assumed this was something to do with, because it's called Filmplatz. I sort of assumed it would be something to do with like films. Actually, the destination's right here, Augenplatz. I mean, I guess we do have to... Yeah, you're right. It's pretty far. I sort of assumed there would be something about film here because Nero's a filmmaker, right? But it's not really that. So we can go to Finanzplatz and Bankplatz. I mean, do we want to go to all these places and check them out? It's going to take like... It's going to be a lot of work to do that. All right, well, let's get started. Yeah, all right, let's check out Finanzplatz first. If they're all kind of boring and non, like, there's nothing at any of them, I don't know. Wait a minute, look, there's $1 here. Okay, so there, I think it is worth kind of visiting all of these locations. It states their operating hours are between 9 and 3. I have no business here anyway. I don't even know what this is. All right. So where do we go next? I guess we go to Bankplatz. So we'll turn around and then we'll bang a right. Here's another $1. Operating hours between 9 and 3. No business here. Okay. Where do we want to go next? These two? So if I go right, I can eventually get to Mondplatz and Kartenplatz. So Finanzplatz and Bankplatz both had American dollars. Filmplatz was not what I expected, though. All right, so I want to turn right and then make right, right, right. 3 rights after that. Okay, so this is another... This looks like the same. Restaurant, convenience store, tourist shop. All right, so this isn't great. Restaurant, tourist shop, right? Okay, so some of these are essentially dead ends. Well, I guess they're all dead ends, but there's like... I'm wondering if there's hints or clues or something more interesting at some of these. And it appears like the answer might be no. So I want to turn right, then left, then right, to get to Bierplatz. So right, left, right, right. Is this Bierplatz? Yeah, okay. And it's the same garbage as before. Oh, this is different. A normal door. Okay. So if we go right, we can check out Wurstplatz. Looks like it's the same. Okay. Did we do... No, I missed Geisterplatz. All right. So turn back around and then make a right. Is that this? Nope. Okay, same thing, same thing. So where's the interesting parts? Like, am I supposed to pick those out just by exploration? Kirch, Tourist, Nummern, Zauber, and Schlussel. I don't know enough to determine if those are any good or not. Let's go forward, left, right. Did I get that right? No, I'm... Okay, so I turn right here. More of this nonsense. Okay. Yeah, we saw Geister. Now we've seen Kirch. I guess we go see Zauber next. So turn right and then go left, left. Go down to the end and go left, left. Okay, that we've seen. We don't need to go there. So we'll go to the end, turn right. Okay, that's more trash ahead of us. We got 2 more before the finale. Let's go down to the end and see what's here. Same thing we've seen a bunch of times before. And then you, I'm guessing, are the same. I need to go left here. Yeah, it's all the same. Okay. So it's weird that it's weird that it had 2, the bank and finance, that had like money for me to find, and everything else was like nothing, but at least it's over now. That's not always a great thing to say about a section in a video game, but here's our car. There she is, the old Lily Christine. You sure look dirty, old friend. There's still time on the meter. All right, I guess at this point, yeah, everything's the same except for the car. Looks like somebody wrote something on the window. Okay. This is a message. I'm paper in the future, right? Something written in the dirt. Sister, I have a message for your future self. In the future, I am made of paper. I stare into my crystal sphere. There is a red rune. This is the ancient rune R. Odd. I guess that's it? We're not going to get in the car and actually drive away? I mean, I guess that's what we came for, so I guess we're done. All right, well, I mean, so that little navigation challenge was a tad bit anticlimactic, but we did find the message in the end. So, man, this game's puzzles are fantastic. They're very challenging, but ultimately they do have fair solutions. Getting that Powers of 2 puzzle, that was fantastic. I really enjoyed that moment, and we're going to call it here for today. So, Pila and Gorilla Wolf, thank you so much for joining. Thanks for helping me out. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I know that last bit was a little bit meh. But hopefully when we come back tomorrow for more, it'll be another one of those aha moments, one of those great eureka moments that we can enjoy together. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Have a great weekend. We'll see you guys in the next stream. Until then, take care.